I can go ahead and swear in the two new senators. I can start with Senator Buftis. So you're just going to repeat after me. So I, Mohammed Buftis, on this second day of December 2020,
On the second day of December 2020,
swear to abide by and uphold
swear to abide by and uphold
the bylaws and the Constitution
the bylaws and the Constitution
of the Purdue Student Government.
of the Purdue Student Government.
I swear to conduct
I swear to conduct
all legislative business
all legislative business
with complete honesty
with complete honesty
and with the best interest of Purdue University
and with the best interest of Purdue University
as my main objective.
as my main objective.
All right, and we will do Senator Lennon next. So I, Meryl Lennon,
I, Meryl Lennon,
on the second day of December 2020,
on the second day of December 2020,
swear to abide by and uphold
swear to abide by and uphold
the bylaws and the Constitution
the bylaws and the Constitution
of the Purdue Student Government.
of the Purdue Student Government.
I swear to conduct
I swear to conduct
all legislative business
all legislative business
with complete honesty
with complete honesty
and with the best interest of Purdue University
and with the best interest of Purdue University
as my main objective.
as my main objective.
All right, congratulations. You are officially sworn in.
Thank you. Okay, Treasurer Windler.
Hey everyone, I have a quick budget update for everyone. I just dropped the link to the Excel sheet for the budget, but out of the $105,000 that we were allocated this year, so far this semester we have spent $48,000, meaning that we have $57,000 remaining. Good job everyone on spending money. Looking more closely at the Senate budget, you guys have only spent $300 out of your $6,350. So every senator, every ad hoc committee and committee has $250, and every college has $75 to throw on events. So make sure that you guys have events. They can be things like, as long as they follow Protect Purdue guidelines, like having a pizza event where you have constituents and answer questions. You can spend $75 on that. So make sure you guys spend money. And then you also do have $3,000 in discretionary funds to use by the next semester. And then during informal discussion, I'm going to talk about the PSG small grant guidelines.
Thank you, Treasurer Windler. Any other executive reports? Yes, Pro Tem Griffin Little.
Hi, so just a few updates from me. I spoke with all the colleges in caucus about Senate responsibilities, so everyone should be good there. In the future, if it looks like you are unable to complete something due to, a million different reasons, the semester has been really tough, and I understand that. So just communicate with me and let me know so we can try to accommodate and sort of make changes there. So just communicate with me in the future so that we're all on the same page. And I'm sure that goes with everything in PSG. It's just communication is key. So just keep that in mind. We're also really close to a full Senate, which is really exciting. So it's my goal that we have all the seats filled by next semester, or the start of the semester. So that should be really exciting. Also, we're having a quick emergency meeting right after this to pass the MHA budget because it requires 3 readings. So that should only take 5 or so minutes. So just don't forget about that. Don't leave right away. And then after that, if new senators who do not have a committee assignment, as well as committee chairs, if they could stick around after for a couple minutes just to sort all that out, I would appreciate it.
So if you know anyone in vet med, we'll take them. Is there any other executive reports?
I have something. Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Professor Gang.
Hi. So for the newsletter this Friday, if you guys have anything that you wanted to include in it, just go ahead and give me a Slack message. I'd be happy to put in any policy things that you guys have been working on, something that you want me to that you wanted me to highlight. So just send that to me by tonight if you want. Thanks, guys.
Anybody else? Okay, we'll go to committee reports. IA, do you have anything this week?
IA doesn't really have anything new to report. We're just going to be in the process of potentially doing some edits to the Constitution and bylaws to make those documents complement each other more. If that's something that sounds fun to you, hopefully you're an IR already, but if not, we'd love to have your help.
Okay, FA?
Yep, so FA has been finishing up on the last bits of our PSG small guidelines, which we will talk about a little later today as well, and then working on the stipend bills that are being voted on tonight. So that's about it for FA.
Okay, CSRA?
Yeah, so we've been working on this survey for a few months now, finally got it out. And so the survey is active. It went out today. So far, it went out at around 1 p.m. and we already have 1,700 and something responses. So that's great. And we're getting good data from there and hoping to go on from there next semester.
Thank you, that's great. UAA?
Perfect timing. The RA just checked my smoke detector, but no updates really. We met with Dr. SS about the course evaluations that I've been talking about all semester and got a lot of answers from her. So I'm just glad we finally are getting responses from administration that we've been trying to reach all semester, but more to come. So thank you.
Okay, we're now going to move into informal discussion. And I know FA and Treasurer Windler, you all have the guidelines to bring up.
Yeah, so I guess I can go ahead and start. So I just sent the link in the chat to the small grant guidelines. And if Senate could give FA and myself some suggestions, if you guys have had a chance to read them. If not, if you could just read them and then you can Slack message me if you have any suggestions, or you can feel free to Slack message Ellie, who's the FA chair. Additionally, I do want to let everyone know that Kaylee Stowe is going to be a co-treasurer overseeing these small grants. So basically, I'm going to delegate my responsibility to her for the $10,000 of the budget allocated to the small grants. And then between Ellie and Kaylee, they will be in charge of the small grants and the execution of them. And then I will help them with training and anything else that they need to do. So all that being said, does anyone have any feedback for the three of us on the small grant guidelines?
Questions are also fine too, if anything you're confused about.
Yeah, so this is what's going to be sent out in a PSG newsletter before the beginning of next semester to hopefully student organization presidents, treasurers, and then also just in our news blast. So if you guys have questions, like we would really like to know them, because this is what the groups are going to be seeing and what they're going to be reading. So if you don't understand how funding is given out, what funding can be used for, things like that, then other people probably won't. So we really want to hear your feedback to make sure that it's clear and that it's easy to understand. And then Kaylee and Ellie, if you guys have anything to add, feel free to do so.
Nope, just that my email's always open. So if you have any questions, you can just shoot them my way.
Yeah, Alex.
Yeah, so we did discuss the guidelines in caucus. So I think a lot of people got their questions out there. But yeah, I made sure everyone went and reviewed it before. But yeah, if you have any questions or suggestions about it, it's gone through many edits and it's seen the eyes of a lot of people. So yeah, just keep that in mind.
Okay, well, thank you everyone. And if you guys do have feedback that you just want to Slack message me or email me directly, feel free to do that. And then if you guys have student groups or know like your friends who are in groups you think could benefit from this grant, be sure to send the grant and the information their way, and then send my email or Kaylee's email their way so we can answer their questions.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all for working on this. I know it's been a big undertaking, but I know it'll be very helpful to a lot of groups next semester. Is there any other informal discussion?
Hannah, I would just like to see the other sweater sometime.
Okay, Wally. I'll show you all my sweaters sometime. Absolutely. Anybody else? Okay, we will move into old business. Do I hear any old business at this time? And if I don't see your hand, feel free to shout it out. Yes, Senator
I'd
Reed.
like to make a motion to bring up Bill 2044.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned and seconded to bring up Bill 2044, which is amendment to the Article 3 of the Constitution of the Purdue Student Government. So at this time, I'll open it up to discussion from the authors, and then we'll open up to the floor.
So yeah, thank you for all of the friendly amendments last time this was read. All of those changes have been noted, and the document, I think, is all fixed of any typos and everything. So yeah, I mean, nothing's really changed since the last time, but I'd be happy to clarify those points if people need me to.
Okay, is there any further discussion at this time? Okay, seeing none, we'll move into a vote on Bill 2044. So in the chat, it might have got lost, so I'll send it one more time. There is a Google document for voting, and so just under Bill 2044, find your name. And I actually just realized that I might need to update a few of the names of some of the new senators. So if you don't see your name under the college that you represent, feel free to just add it in and go ahead and cast your vote. Also, please use the December 2nd tab so we get the record on the right meeting. Okay, sorry, Senator Stowe and Senator McClary. I think yours are the only two that I don't see yet, but I see that you're looking at it. Maybe it just hasn't refreshed for me yet.
I can see that I put it on my end, so.
Okay. Okay, I just saw that one come in.
Did you hit
Okay.
enter? You have to hit enter, I think. Or move
Okay.
out square.
Perfect, thanks. Okay, so with a vote of 2401, Bill 2044 passes. Do I hear any other old business? Yes, Senator Griffin Little.
Motion to bring up Bill 2045.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned to bring up Bill 2045, which is the 2021 PSG election rules. So I'll start with discussion from the authors, then if there's any questions from the floor. So Chief Justice, if you just want to give a brief overview.
Yeah, so once again, just focused on updating some outdated rules that were present in the elections rules and making the changes to account for the lack of spring break present.
So is there any questions? Okay, seeing none, we'll move into a vote on Bill 2045. So you can go into the doc again. And I know someone messaged me and said that they're doing the meeting on their phone. So I'll send it out real quick through the Senate bounce list if you need to access that on your laptop as well. Okay, I'm just waiting on Senator Lennon and Senator McDaniel's vote to come through. Okay, with a unanimous vote, Bill 2045 passes. Do I hear any other old business? Okay, seeing none, we'll move into new business. Do I hear any new business?
I motion to bring up Bill 2046.
Second.
Okay, thank you. It's been properly motioned and seconded to bring up Bill 2046, Mental Health Action Week Fund for Senate approval. So we'll start with the authors and then move into discussion from the floor.
Hi, everybody. I'm back and I'm talking about one of my favorite subjects, MHA and money. Oh my God. No, but seriously. So I know this seems like a lot. And in fact, it was an increase from our budget last year. I believe it was $31,000 that we allocated towards MHA, but I'm going to tell you why it's increased. And then I'm also going to tell you the plan of action because you know me, I don't like to spend PSG money. We like to get sponsors and really have a campus-wide effort. So we don't intend to spend the entire $40,000, but we start there because we want to make sure we can cover our costs. This year it is Mental Health Action Week, which means a lot of our initiatives are really focused on putting action behind the things that we're passionate about. So 3 things that we're really focusing on: QPR trainers that are students. So really want to prioritize peer-to-peer learning opportunities and start to cultivate and nurture the community here. I think we can tell by the Occupy Humpty movement, a lot of other things that are happening this semester, that there is a clear issue on campus, but there are also a lot of people that want to be involved in fixing the environment and making sure we have the resources we need. So with the QPR trainee program, it's about $450 per person. And that's where we would take students and make them the QPR trainer. So then we have a larger pool of people to choose from. During times, specifically over the summer, Hannah and I ran into this issue as we were planning for our summer conference, is that they didn't have any faculty members that were here that could do the QPR training. So when you're using students, you just have increased access. And so making sure that we get more people in. We're going to partner with Purdue HR to ensure that some staff members are starting to get trained as well. And so that's where we'll see some of the sponsorship in terms of lowering that fee. But that's pretty significant cost if we're going to do around 15 to 20 people. And then crisis intervention training. And this is something we want to do in collaboration with NAMI and Veronica, please, the other one, is it American Red Cross or the American Mental Health Association with DEMA? But either way, they would be sort of running that. And crisis intervention training. Police officers are certified in this, and there are a lot of others, but we think it'd be important to get another group of 10 to 15 students trained, and that is about $350 per person. And then finally, putting a lot of time and effort and energy into creating a student campus-wide support group in collaboration with CAPS. And so those are our 3 really big initiatives that can get expensive when you're doing per person. Outside of that, we still want to bring in our guest speakers right now. We've got Schuler Baylor, the first D1 trans athlete. And so, yeah, Senator Stowe, thank you for bringing him to our attention. Shannon is working on Dr. Din, I believe, who is the Indian Beyonce in terms of like mental health. She's great. And then finally, I'm really excited about Taraji P. Henson. And for those of you who know who she is, she played Cookie on Empire, very famous actress, but also started a mental health institute specifically for Black people. So a lot of really big names wanting to bring them to campus. And then finally, just our staple, we've got to get some more green bandanas because we gave away 23,000 last semester and you still see them all over campus. We're still going to do, we're working on MHA, like de-stress bags. We're still hoping to provide food to students and make sure that they feel supported during that week. And then also we're still going to offer the listeners on call support system. And so if we run out of free calls by the time we get to March, then we're going to supplement that cost as well. So that's kind of our plan as action. We've got a lot going on, but I really want to reemphasize that I have no intentions of spending any more of your money than we have to. It is all going back to students and it's all an investment. The trainings that we're doing, students, we're trying to get in freshmen, pulling underclassmen that'll then have those certifications for the next 3 years and can give back to the community. Prioritizing action and making sure that everything we buy or purchase or do during this week has longevity. So it's not just in the moment, but these are things that we can utilize for a long time to come. So as always, I'd be more than happy to answer your questions, but I hope that provided a comprehensive look of why the budget is a little bit bigger this year. Any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts?
Up to the floor.
Oh, I do have one. Oh, is this okay? So I know a lot of our budget last year went to guest speakers on the MHA. So I was just wondering, I kind of asked this in caucus too. I was wondering if this all 3 of those speakers, like that's amazing. I'm excited. Will it fall under our budget though? Like, will that be in the I don't need to know the contracts, but like, will it be in the $40,000 range?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So the former MHA budget is in the drive, but we haven't gotten quotes yet, but I know that they aren't like Demetrius Harmon was our biggest speaker last year, was around $20,000. But with, again, more of our money being allocated to these initiatives, the quotes that we gave were not that significant this year.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to check because I remembered that from last year. So
no, absolutely. And I'm just something I also did forget to mention. We increased per a committee, MHA committee vote. We wanted to increase the amount of money we gave to orgs that participated. So that's also built in there as well.
Any other discussion?
Just as kind of a note for anybody who's interested, this is not meant to be a mystery or a behind the curtain where you approve the budget and then we just disappear and you never see it again. You are totally welcome to ask anyone on the committee, anybody, anything about where the money ends up going, what we end up doing. We totally plan on being transparent with you guys, so don't feel like you're just signing like a check and then we're going to disappear and like run away with your money.
And I would just like to voice my support. Seeing the process of kind of MHA coming from Asada and being one of her really big passion projects last year, as well as a whole team of other people. It was really awesome to see the entire campus community really rally around the idea that mental health needs to be addressed more at Purdue, especially. Especially with recent developments, I think this is an absolutely wonderful thing. And I absolutely love that as students, we have a platform where we can do something like this. So thank you guys for all of the hard work you do to make this happen.
Anybody else? Okay, seeing no further discussion, we will move into a vote on Bill 2046, the MHA budget. So if you could please cast your vote in the Excel spreadsheet. Okay, with what looks to be like a unanimous vote, Bill 2046 passes. Do I hear any other new business?
Motion to bring up Bill 2047.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned and seconded to bring up Bill 2047, which is the presentation of previously allocated stipend for President Asada Gilmore. We'll start with the authors and then move into discussion from the floor.
I am very happy to be the author of this bill. I think that,
Can I not be here, right? Do I have to leave?
During voting.
Okay. Oh,
well, I
sorry.
was just going to praise you left and right here. So her leadership has been extremely crucial. It's made my life easier, and I know it's made all of our lives easier. So I'm very thankful to be the author of this bill. So thank you, Asada.
Yes, Treasurer Windler and then Pro Temp Griffin.
So I just want to say some clarifying things on all of these stipend bills. So the Chief Justice does get a stipend. So it's actually going to be $7,000 worth of stipends for both the fall and the spring. And another thing, you guys are voting on if you think we did our job to what the Constitution says. You're not voting on whether you think we should get the money or should not get the money. You're just saying, yes, they did their job properly and well. But yeah, thank you.
Pro Temp Griffin.
Okay. Anyway, I'm just gonna disregard what Greg said. No, I'm just kidding. But I just want to say that Asada has been one of the best presidents I've ever served under. And I'm grateful that I've gotten to know her as a good friend of mine. And and I believe definitely she's fulfilled all of her responsibilities and beyond that. And for that, I totally believe that she deserves her full stipend. And I hope that you all agree. So.
Anybody else? Okay, seeing no further discussion, Asada, I'm going to send you to the waiting room while we take a vote. Okay, it looks like all the votes are in, so we will bring Asada back. Okay, President Gilmore, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, with a vote of 26-0, Bill 2047 passes. Do I hear any other new business?
I'd like to make a motion to bring up Bill 2048.
Second.
Okay, it has been properly motioned and seconded to bring up Bill 2048, presentation of previously allocated stipend for Vice President Hannah Dar. So we'll start with discussion from the authors, then move into discussion from the floor.
As stated previously, this is simply the bill to address stipends allocated earlier in the semester. This one specifically for the the office of the vice president. So if you, as Treasurer Windler said, is so long as you feel that has been or the office has properly been fulfilled, then that's effectively all that it is.
Pro Temp Griffin Little.
I also wanted to say I couldn't leave out Hannah, or Vice President Dar, excuse me. And I've known Hannah for many years now, and I've had the pleasure of serving with her as honor senators for many years. And now I couldn't have imagined anyone else doing a better job as VP. Maybe Asada, but I mean, it's hard to say. But I think Hannah's done an amazing job, and it's just been one of the best administrations I've ever served on, and I'm very grateful for both of your leadership. Yeah, and I urge all of you to vote yes, and yes, the Christmas sweater is a good bonus, so maybe just keep that in mind as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll just say, sorry, 1 second. So Hannah's just been great. I know that I leaned on Vice President Dar a lot when she's a senator, and I still lean on her a lot as a vice president to guide us. She just is a great example of a woman in leadership who believes in herself and trusts in herself, and reminds me that like we can do this and we do it well. And that's really special, and it's just been really great getting to know you. I'll also yield 2 minutes to the president because I think she wants to say something.
Thank you, Sammy. Yes, Alex, you won't say it, but I will. You are a fantastic VP, way better than I was. You make it look easy, and it's crazy because it's not. And just have been there for me on so many occasions, not just in a PSG capacity, but as a dear friend as well. So you have beyond fulfilled your duties, and I hope that everybody votes yes.
I would just like to second all of those and say that the Senate snaps would never have been created without Vice President Dar. So she definitely deserves her stipend.
Thank you all. I will kick myself out and turn it over to Alex. I don't know if I can put myself in a waiting room. I've never done that before. Oh, I don't know if I can. Okay.
Wait, how do I do it?
I made you co-host. So if you go on participants and then find my name and hit more, you should be able to put me in the waiting room.
I just see stop video and spotlight video.
I'll turn off my camera and go away for a second, and you can run the meeting.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Really sitting there listening.
No. Now that's just us. I will direct all of you to the Google form and vote accordingly. a couple more people. Kaylee, I think you have to hit enter or tap over. There you go. Okay. Well, I don't really know how to get her attention. Oh, maybe I'll just text her. Forgot I could just have my phone.
Let's all just start screaming Hannah. I think
Welcome back, Hannah. I'm happy to say that with a unanimous vote, Bill 2048 passes.
Thank you. Do I hear any other new business at this time?
I motion to bring up Bill 2049.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned and seconded to bring up Bill 2049, presentation of previously allocated stipend for Chief of Staff Rayfelt. Start with the authors and then move into discussion from the floor.
So as one of the authors, I can only say from every single experience I have had with Vince, he has been one of the best members of PSG and so helpful on all occasions. He has far gone above his obligations via the Constitution and has done a fantastic job in his position.
Any further discussion? Also, the president would take a minute in Pro Temp Griffin-Little.
Yeah, I'll speak real quick and then I'll yield some time. I just want to say Vince has been a really great member of PSG. He's super busy as an RA, he's pre-med, did all these things. And I think it's incredible that he's able to devote so much time to PSG and he did it so eloquently. So with that, I will yield 2 minutes of my time to President Gilmore.
Thank you. I love bragging about my team, so I'm going to talk for everybody. I just want you all to know that. But Vince, I remember when you sent an email to me last year interested in Senate, and I was like, who is this kid? He's kind of too late. Like, he has a really intense vibe. But now you are chief of staff and you are absolutely killing it. Just like Hannah, literally, everyone in cabinet really, but you're always there. You pull more than your weight. And I'm so thankful to have you as a chief of staff and as a friend. So absolutely so deserving of your stipend.
Any other discussion? Yes, Senator Chris.
So one thing I have to complain about with Vince is he decided to plan that Boiler Bash event and have people smashing ungodly amounts of pumpkins and then had no good way of getting rid of said pumpkins. So that was an experience, but no, seriously, he's done a great job and yeah, and I think he's well deserving of everything that he's gotten.
Thank you. Yes, Senator Reynolds.
I could have said things about everyone else too, but I just wanted to say something about Vince. We run into each other all the time, and he's definitely one of the most friendly people I've met at Purdue. We're like always crossing paths, and he always says hi. We always have a little conversation. I love it. And I also have to just say, I was at the homecoming event, and I know he wasn't the only one who did the Black Pea, but it was gorgeous, and I think it should be displayed in the office more. It's so beautiful. I'm sad it didn't win. It was awesome. He did a great job.
Okay, Chief of Staff, I will put you in the waiting room, and then everyone, if you could please cast your votes. Okay, we'll bring Vince back. Okay, Vince, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, perfect. Congratulations with the unanimous vote. Bill 2049 passes. I hear any other new business at this time?
Motion to bring up Bill 2050.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned and seconded to bring up Bill 2050, presentation of previously allocated stipend for President Pro Temp Alex Griffin Little. We'll start with discussion from the authors, then move into discussion from the floor.
Alex has not only been a fantastic senator, but also a fantastic pro temp this year. She has gone far above her constitutional obligation and has been an outstanding leader and model for what a senator and pro temp should be. I have nothing but positive words to say for her.
Shout out to Alex for always being willing to answer stupid questions, especially from freshman senators. So I really appreciate it.
I think
Yeah,
the president
shout out
would
to
take a minute.
Alex. She's doing great. She's killing it, and it's been awesome working under you. You keep things fun and exciting, and that's always really good. And if I were a guessing woman, I would guess that there's going to be a minute and a half yielded to the president.
You're so smart, Senator Fonda. Thank you so much. Pro Temp Griffin Little, it has been such a ride. I'm so thankful for you. Even last year, were able to help guide me as a VP when I knew not a clue what I was doing. Always invited me to Senate dinners and Senate outings and made me feel so included, especially in my lowest moment. So I cannot tell you how much I'm grateful for that. But this year have blown it out of the park in terms of Senate. Like, you and Hannah have it on lock. I don't know how you do it so flawlessly, but thank you for keeping me on my toes, making sure I'm doing my duties, always having a pulse on the Senate. You know everything. You're so smart. I'm just so grateful for you. And so I hope that you know that even when I forget you, which is, I have to say that because I'm just growing, I need you to know that I don't ever do it maliciously, because you are so important to me. So thank you, Alex.
I just wanted to add one more thing real quick. So I called Pro Temp Griffin Little in the very beginning of the semester. I was like, my schedule's not looking too good. I'm gonna have to Zoom in like every meeting this semester. And she just led with grace. I didn't know what to expect, but she's so patient. She just really wants to have the communication in place, and she doesn't have, she doesn't hold high like, you need to do this, you need to do that. But as long as we're all working together on Senate, that's kind of how she operates. And I appreciate that, because I think we work better as a team that way. So thank you, Alex, or Pro Temp Griffin Little.
Yeah, I just want to say Alex does a wonderful job. It's been interesting. Like, my time in PSG it's actually just slightly over a year. And I've seen like 3 pro temps go through. And Alex is most definitely the one that is on top of it the most. It's like every time I get that email on Sunday, and it's not even like Tuesday, the day before, she never forgets. It's right on the same time. The email is always perfect and things are always moving so smoothly. And that's a lot to say because it's a big undertaking. So absolutely does a great job.
Yeah, I'll say thank you also, Alex, for my word of the week. I always enjoy that. And yeah, sorry, JT. We'll come back to you some other time. We'll yield a minute to the chair.
I was going to say, Alex, I don't know if you remember this, but I remember the first time I met you, we were in a competitive honors Senate race, and you had cookies and I didn't. And I was like, you are so genius. Why didn't I think of that? So I'm really thankful that we were able to work 2 years together in honors, and then again in this year, it's really come full circle. Just really thankful. You are always so on top of it and so organized, and a lot of fun. And senior policy advisor Singh Hall would like a minute.
I'll just say one thing that Pro Temp Griffin Little has been a significant better Pro Temp than JT, and now I'll yield a minute to JT.
Honestly, I'm gonna have to agree with you there. Having held that job before, I know how hard it can be, and I know this has been like a really unusual and unprecedented semester. And Alex has not only handled it, she's handled it with aplomb, and that's incredible. Like the amount of work that she's had to go through to do this, the amount of coordination, the amount of work that she's had to do with Hannah, and making sure that everything gets to where it needs to be on time. She's properly and substantially dealt with every single member in Senate, and she has worked with committees really well. So really nothing like she's more than accomplished her duty as President Pro Tem this semester. But also Vince and I now have beef. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, Pro Temp Griffin Little, I'm gonna put you in the waiting room. And then if you could please cast your vote. Just kidding, I can't because you're the co-host. Wait,
I mean,
okay, you're in the waiting room.
she can literally watch everybody voting on the sheet, so.
It's a formality, Zach.
Back on top in June.
Okay, we'll bring Alex back in. Okay, Alex, can you hear us? Oh.
Yes, sorry, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, congratulations to the unanimous vote. Bill 2050 passes. Do I hear any other new business at this time?
I motion to bring up Bill 2051.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned and seconded to bring up Bill 2051, presentation of previously allocated stipend for Chief Justice Elise Danaker. We'll start with discussion from the authors and then move into discussion from the floor.
So with everything I've heard and experienced with Chief Justice Zanker, she is doing a fantastic job of holding her duties and is absolutely deserving of this stipend.
Pro Temp Griffin Little.
Yes, I just wanted to echo that. This is the first year I've ever met Elise, but I can say this is confidently that this is the most I've ever known about court and what's going on, which I think is a big deal. And I appreciate all the communication, letting us know what's going on. And I think she's definitely done a really great job this year.
Yeah, I'm drawn back to an early memory of the Senate this year when Elise told us about how she called, I think it was Domino's maybe, and like got all the way up to the manager in order to convince them to individually wrap pizza slices to give out for Know Your Rights Week. And just like that amount of dedication and heart to doing something is just so amazing. And yeah, like super props to you for not only upholding your duties, but definitely exceeding them.
Can someone yield the president like a minute?
I yield a minute.
Oh.
Thank you so much, Senator Ryrick. Elise, once again, let's just talk about the phenomenal women that we have in this group, first and foremost. But court so smoothly, never have to worry about if it's something that Elise is taking care of, because it gets done. You're an incredible leader. We have been getting some comments in the experience about court, and just so in awe of what you do. Also, I don't know if you had anything to do with this, but I submitted a parking ticket appeal, and it was it made happen. So I attribute that to you and your greatness. So I'm very thankful. But you're so deserving of your stipend, Elise.
I yield a minute to the Chief of Staff.
Thank you. So I did not submit a parking ticket appeal because I guess the automation system for the tickets in essence lagged a bit. And I got an email, like you have a parking violation or whatever, because I didn't submit one in time to get like the normal parking pass and they were out. So I parked somewhere I guess I shouldn't have. And so I got the email and I was like, oh, whatever. So I like go click on it and I have 10. And I was like, okay, that's a big problem. I don't think I'm going to get out of 10. So didn't submit it. But at the end of the day, Elise still does a wonderful job. She does great. Court in a lot of times stands off on its own 2 legs, and the interaction isn't there as much, but like to have somebody that's able to run that, do it well, make it smooth, and handling the election is a huge undertaking. So absolutely, like Elise does a wonderful job, and I know she will the next semester as well.
Any other discussion? Yeah, Shannon, I think we might need some training on parking. I also got a couple of parking tickets this semester too. Okay. Elise, I will send you to the waiting room, and everyone, if you could please cast your vote. All right, we'll bring Elise back in. Okay, Elise, can you hear us? Can you hear us, Elise?
Yes.
Okay, congratulations. With a unanimous vote, Bill 2051 passes. Do I hear any other new business at this time?
Motion to bring up Bill 2052.
Second.
It's been properly motioned and seconded to bring up Bill 2052, presentation of previously allocated stipend for Treasurer Greg Windler. Start with discussion from the authors and move into discussion from the floor.
Alrighty, so I've had a chance to work really closely with Greg this year, and anyone who meets him, it's absolutely clear that he is doing far above his mandated constitutional obligations, but is so helpful in all fronts and has been an astounding treasure and is absolutely deserving of the stipend. And I apologize for misspelling your name. That's a little inexcusable, but I hope you forgive me.
Pro Temp Griffin Little.
Yeah, I figured I have to say something about everyone, and I of course could not miss Greg. I've known Greg for a couple years now, and I'm lucky I get to consider him a friend, and he's done an exceptional job as treasurer. If I have any questions about SAO, bozo or literally anything about all of these bureaucratic red tape at Purdue, Greg can help me out. And not to mention, he has a very sweet and cute dog. And I was lucky to meet him as well. So with that, I just want to say thanks, Greg, for all your hard work. I know it's not easy. And I hope you all vote to give him a stipend. And I yield, I don't know how long the story needs to be, 2 minutes to Vince.
Thank you for another yield. So I seem to be the person that always is getting into trouble. But Greg saved me. Well, first of all, Greg does a wonderful job. Nobody knows more about student org funding, money, how it all works than Greg. And I seriously mean that. It's amazing watching him do that. I'll ask probably like what he considers a simple question is extremely complicated to me, and it's done in 2 seconds. And that's a huge asset to have, because there's a lot of student orgs whose treasurers really don't know what's going on. And so Greg does a wonderful job for us, and I think that's awesome. The story, I'll keep it as brief as possible. But anyways, we went to the ABTS conference last year, and I still don't understand what happened, but they needed a card for the room, like just for the reservation the whole day. They weren't even going to charge it because they were supposed to give us an invoice. And so I gave them my card, and at the end of the day, I got like a month later, I got like a charge. It was like, hey, you've got this random thing, and it went like they ended up charging me for all the rooms that we had for ABTS for like the whole week. And I was like, oh shoot. And so I called the business officer. Was like, there's nothing we can do. Like, we don't have the invoice anymore. And I was like, Greg, I need your help like now, please. And Greg saved me. So that was like a huge, big move by Greg. Absolutely wonderful. Got to say thank you for that one.
The president would like a minute if anyone could yield.
I yield a minute to President Asada.
Thank you so much. Last but not least, Greg has been a part of PSG as treasurer for the last 2 years. And I just want you all to know how many people outside of us say that he's the best treasurer they've had. Martia says it on a daily basis. Tammy says it. Even the ladies in the office that are so typically don't like people, like Judy loves Greg. And so I just think that that's a huge testament to him and his work ethic and what he does. He also puts up with me, makes me feel confident about spending money, is a dear friend, a fantastic cook, and also provided some competitive energy for the P with the outing club. So Greg, I want you to know we're so thankful for you. Even though I get on you for not reading my emails, I appreciate you so much.
If you could please cast your vote. Okay, I'll bring Greg back in. Okay, Greg, can you hear us? Okay, congratulations, Greg, with a unanimous vote. Bill 20, sorry, I forget the number, 52 passes. I hear any other new business at this time?
I motion to bring up Bill 2053.
Second.
Okay, it has been properly motioned and seconded to bring up Bill 2053, Amendment to Article 3 of the Senate Standing Rules of Purdue Student Government. So this time we'll start with discussion from the authors and then move into discussion from the floor.
So yeah, hopefully you all had time to read it. This is mostly just unifying the the different senates on campus. Neither the University Senate nor PGSG do the Pledge of Allegiance, so I guess it doesn't really make much sense for us to do it, especially considering the large international student body. A lot of people I've talked to think it doesn't really make sense for them to pledge allegiance to a country they're not citizens of, as well as it was only recently added in the last few years just to fill time at the meeting, because Senate sessions were very, very short back then. Although it might be nice to have short Senate, it's really nice that we don't just need filler, as we're busy enough as is. But yeah, there's really not a ton to say about this, as this is mostly just updating the standard agenda in the bylaws. And yeah, I'd be happy to answer any questions or concerns people have about this.
Open it up to the floor for discussion. Okay, seeing none, we'll move into a vote on Bill 2053. If you could please cast your vote in the spreadsheet. Okay, with a vote of 22-1-2, Bill 2053 passes. Do I hear any other new business? Seeing none, we will move into announcements. Do I hear any announcements?
I put it in the Slack, but tomorrow night and then Friday morning is the Polytechnic Senators, where we collaborated on a outreach event that I think is going to be really interesting. So look in Slack if you're interested in attending, but you have to RSVP by tomorrow, like during the day. Yes.
Thank you, Senator Reynolds. Anybody else? I have one announcement. I'm looking for one more volunteer to help with the coat distribution on Tuesday from 1:45 to 4 p.m. So if you could please just let me know if that's something you're interested in. It's really fun. It is outdoors, but it's a good time. So if you're interested, please just let me know.
Hannah, when did you say it was?
1:45 to 4 p.m. on Tuesday at ACE.
Next Tuesday. Okay.
I just wanted to say one real quick thing. We got 2 new senators appointed to HHS today. Muhammad and Amber, congratulations. I'm really excited to have you guys. I've kind of been alone all semester, so I'm excited to have 2 more people.
Looking forward to working with you.
This isn't an announcement. I'm not sure if we're doing snaps, but I do want to say Muhammad came into. Oh, we're doing snaps? Okay, then I'll wait. It's about you, Muhammad.
Either or.
Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead because now I feel obligated. But Muhammad came to the office during the first week of classes, week 1, and came probably 6 or 7 times after that to just follow up because he was so interested in being a senator, and it was just refreshing to see that sort of passion. He's persistent, and I know that you are going to make an incredible senator. So very, very excited to finally have you as a part of the team.
Thank you.
The snaps. All right. Yes, and so for new senators or proxies at the end of every meeting, we give snaps. And so this is just an opportunity to give shout outs to people and just thank them for all their hard work. So I'll also open it up the floor to snaps.
Yeah, if I could. So this person isn't actually in the Senate or in cabinet, but I do want to like give out this shout out to this person because she has worked extremely hard this entire semester, and I don't think we've given her enough recognition. Our ED of communication, Miu, she's just been on fire at like creating graphics, making sure there's promotional material everywhere, and making sure that it can be done in a really timely manner. I'm not even kidding, guys. Like as you know, the end of semester report is like underway, and there is like a lot of content to be doled out. Make sure that it's like going to be presented to the student body, presented to the board of trustees, and literally when I talked to her and asked her about like making the template so that we can like finish up the report and make it actually presentable to the student body. Within, not an exaggeration, 11 minutes, she already had a concept, a brilliant concept for the front page. And within the next hour and a half, she was basically done with creating the template. So just like a huge shout out to her, huge Senate snaps. Obviously, like we don't see her right now, but if you do get to like see her at some point in the future, maybe next semester, just like make sure to give that kind of gratitude.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Yeah, real quick, I wanted to give a snap to new Senator Meryl Lennon. Really excited to get to walk with you next semester to Senate meetings.
Pro Temp Griffin Little?
I just want to give a snap to everyone. I can do that because there's no actual gift this time. So I just want to give a snap to everyone here. I know it's been a really tough semester, has been for me, and I'm sure it has been for all of you. And everyone here has showed up and has participated and has been really passionate about their work. And I really appreciate it so much. And I know Asad and Hannah do too. And yeah, I just really appreciate everyone. And I'm so grateful that I get to work with all of you. So thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, seeing no further snaps, we would now entertain a motion to adjourn.
Madam President, I move you we do now adjourn.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned and seconded to adjourn this meeting. We'll attempt to take this vote by voice acclamation. So all those in favor, please say aye.
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 All those opposed, nay.
Nay.
Yay.
Any abstentions?
Abstain.
Okay, in the ears of the chair, the ayes have it. So we'll adjourn this meeting, but don't leave because we're gonna have the emergency meeting real quick. Is Josh on? I have a question. Do we need to take attendance again for the emergency meeting? I guess we do. We need to meet quorum. Okay, everyone ready for emergency meeting? We'll run through the call to order very quickly. Okay, at 8:22, we will now call this emergency meeting to order. If you're a visitor, if you could please introduce yourself. Okay, seeing none, we'll move into proxies. Do we have any proxies?
I'm proxying for Lana.
Okay, thank you. Since we did not leave, we will move past roll call and use the same attendance sheet. The amendments are not ready from the previous Senate meeting, so we'll skip past the approval of those, as well as executive and committee reports. So do I hear any old business at this time?
I'd like to make a motion to bring up Bill 2046.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned and seconded to bring up Bill 2046, which is the Mental Health Action Week Fund for Senate approval. We'll start with discussion from the authors of the bill.
I don't know if you need the recap, but I'm more than happy to give it if you do.
Okay, any further discussion? Okay, seeing none, we'll move into a vote. I just made a new column for Bill 2046. If you cast your vote there. Okay, with what looks to be a unanimous vote, Bill 2046 passes. Do I hear any other old business at this time? Okay, seeing none, do I hear any new business? Okay, seeing none, we'll move into announcements. Are there any more announcements or snaps before we sign off? I know Pro Temp Griffin Little, who was it that you wanted to stay after?
Oh yes, just any new senator who doesn't have a committee assignment, and then the committee chairs, just so everyone has their committee assignment before the semester is over.
Okay, seeing no further announcements or snaps, the chair would entertain a motion to adjourn for the last time this semester.
Madam President, I move we do now adjourn.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned and seconded to adjourn this meeting. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 All those opposed, nay.
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 Any abstentions? Okay, in the ears of the chair, the ayes have it. This meeting is now adjourned. Thank you all so much. I hope you have a great winter break. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.
Hi, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
I laughed so much. I really needed it.